Happy New Year everyone! Today I'm going to show you my Victorinox Swiss Army knife collection. It's not a large collection, but every knife has its own purpose. That is why I have never really felt the need to expand it. Let me know in the comments which models you own and which one you think I should try next. Let's start with my first Swiss Army knife. This is Victorinox Escort, which I received from my grandfather a long time ago. As far as I know, he got this knife when he bought a Nissan Almera back in the 90s. Even though the Escort is small, it's definitely not useless. It has 6 different tools. I will list all of them in the corner of the screen if you are interested, so I won't go through them all one by one in this video. I think it's amazing how many tools Victorinox managed to fit into such a small knife. I often carry this model with me for everyday tasks. But if I were to buy a similar model today, I had to go for the Victorinox Classic SD, which includes scissors in addition to those tools. In my opinion, the scissors works incredibly well, even though they may look a bit fragile, but they are sharp, cut cleanly, and don't feel loose at all. I bought this pink one as a gift for my partner, and as you can see, they are available in some really great colors. Next up is the Victorinox Huntsman, one of the most popular models. If I'm not mistaken, it was once sold under the name Woodsman, which only lacked the tweezers and toothpick, but correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. This knife is one of the most used in my collection. I also received it from my grandfather when he was no longer able to go hiking or fishing himself. It needed a bit cleaning and oiling, but now it works like new again. This knife will always be a part of my collection, of course. I really like how versatile it is while still remaining compact, and that is probably why it's such a popular model. This is the knife I keep close at hand for everyday tasks, and it was important to my grandfather on his trips. Even though it's a great tool, I want to keep it in good condition, and that's why I don't usually take it on longer hikes anymore, as I have found other models that suits my outdoor needs better, especially those with locking blades, and I will show you those next. Here we have the Forester wood. I usually use this one for camp cooking. It has a longer blade than the Huntsman and slightly fewer tools, and it also lacks space for tweezers and the toothpick, which is a bit of shame, but still I really like the beautiful wooden scales, and people often ask me how to take care of those wooden scales. I simply oil it every now and then with wood oil to keep it in a good shape. The most interesting tools on this model are the locking 11 cm blade and the locking bottle opener. In my opinion, the locking blade is excellent, and because of its length, it works very well for wood preparation at camp. This model also includes a corkscrew, which many people consider useless and would rather replace with a screwdriver, but I disagree that. I find the corkscrew very useful tool for untying knots, and it can also hold small accessories like a mini screwdriver or Victorinox fire starter with tinder. The Forester wood is a beautiful model with fewer tools, but excellent functionality. However, I have one more knife that's even better suited for outdoor use. The last one is Ranger Grip 79. This is the largest Victorinox knife in my collection. If you have watched my previous videos, you have probably seen this one in action. There are other models as well, like Ranger Grip 78, which replaces the corkscrew with a screwdriver, but I chose the 79 specifically because of the corkscrew. As I mentioned earlier, it's handy for untying knots and holding small accessories. I recently ordered the Victorinox fire ant set, which includes 3 mini fire steels and 6 fireproof helix tinders. I might make a separate video about them someday. It will be interesting to see how they perform in real use. But let's get back to the knife itself. I was drawn to this model because it has a different blade design compared to many other Victorinox knives. As you can see, the blade has a hole that allows for one-handed opening. It also has a locking mechanism that's released with a button. This model also has a longer wood saw than the Huntsman or the Forester. Here you can see the difference in saw lengths between the models. The Ranger Grip saw can easily handle larger branches or even small trees, and I often use the back of the saw together with fire steel to start a fire. Because the Ranger Grip is larger and more robust, it's well suited for heavier tasks like cutting branches, carving wood, or doing slightly rougher camp work. The handle provides a solid grip, and the locking plate makes it safer to use. This model also includes tweezers and a toothpick, which can be surprisingly useful at times. I keep the knife in a small pouch attached to my backpack's hip belt, so it's easy to grab when I need it. For example, when I found mushrooms along the trail. Even though it's heavier and has fewer tools than the Huntsman, that's never bothered me. I have been using it since 2023 and I haven't missed any extra features. In fact, the more I use it, the more I like it, and I wouldn't go hiking without it. So that was my modest Victorinox Swiss Army knife collection. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if I forgot to mention something, let's continue the discussion in the comments. I'm really looking forward to the coming winter and the new challenges it brings for outdoor trips. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye bye.